Me, as this is a live review. This is not an edited video, and hopefully I don't lose all my points. Now, for this review, I decided to just stream the game and have it automatically upload to YouTube. And so the reason why I'm doing this is just so I can show some gameplay, but if I click story, I'm pretty sure that will make it so I can't record the gameplay. They don't want you to record the story, which is really silly because everyone streams story modes for fighting games all the time, and they do it just with an actual, like, they just plug it into their computer and they stream it that way. They don't use the native PS4 streaming service. Most people don't do that. Whenever they're actually streaming on Twitch and stuff, they don't really do that. I do it because I'm lazy, and that's different. I'm not trying to be a professional Twitch streamer, and that's what I'm doing right now, and that's what I'm doing on YouTube, just so I can get a review out. So this is the sequel to Dead or Alive 5, which was... So I'm going to come at you guys from this perspective that I have played Dead or Alive from the beginning. When I was a little kid, I played the Xbox version, Dead or Alive 3, and when I got older, I went back and played Dead or Alive 2 on the Dreamcast and realized it was so damn good. So much better than I remembered Dead or Alive 3 being. And then when I got an Xbox, I got Dead or Alive 3 and 2 Ultimate, which is like... The whole point of 2 Ultimate was it was just a remake of 2 on the Xbox with online. And that was by far better than 3. It's because 3 had some weird pressure-sensitive controls and combos. 2 Ultimate was amazing. All they did was put Hitomi in it. And really, in my opinion, 4 on the Xbox 360 was a phenomenal game. And to me, they were all good, really, just besides 3. And they always had a ton of content with a shit ton of unlockable costumes for the characters. And they're always just a ton of fun with really fun, snappy gameplay. This one, gameplay-wise, isn't bad, but it just feels kind of like a step down. It's following a lot of the other same trends that other fighting games are following right now, like Tekken and Soul Calibur, where they have super bars for no apparent reason. They never needed them in the old games, but we have them now. They let you do like some sort of like a combo breaker if you have it half full. If you have it super full, you could do like a super move. But because there's no like EX actions, like there's no whatever it's called in Mortal Kombat, the like whatever you extend it, you like make it stronger, you enhance it. That's what it's called. There's no EX moves, there's no enhanced moves, so the bar is pretty much pointless. Even Tekken 7 and Soul Calibur have like soul moves and like certain moves that use the bar that make it so it's not just a super meter that just you fill it up and use your super move. This game, I really feel like this more than any of the other ones, you just fill it up and then you do it. The difference being that the incredible amount of damage it does isn't so crazy, but there is also just this little combo. Like, you don't have to even combo into your super move, you can just tap R1 over and over and over, and it will end up doing an auto combo that ends in the super move. You know, it's very strange, and I don't understand what the reason for that being included was. But my next biggest complaint is, let's talk about the costumes, because costumes are in all the games. Now, first of all, this is supposed to be a Dead or Alive with toned down sexuality. That's Helena's default costume. You can literally see her panties like just standing straight. While some of the costumes are toned down, and most of the default ones are for sure, other characters like her and Honaka, or whatever her name is, Honakers, Himika, what's her name? Well, let's find out. Those characters are just, you know, we can take a look. Like her default costume is this one right here, and it's still got like the skirt. You can still see all the upskirts. But let's talk about this. That's a cool costume. Like, I like that because the skirt is like a way cooler color of red. That's cool. So I would love to wear that, you know, instead of like this. Or then there's like these costumes, which is like, I don't even know where these. Well, that's ridiculous. I don't like that at all. But then there's like stuff like this, like t-shirt, skirt. You know, maybe people want that stuff. You know, and some of these with like leggings. Maybe you want stuff with leggings. Maybe you don't want to see upper skirt all the time. You can't really... The way to unlock costumes is you have to play DOA. They have to play like this challenge mode, right? So yeah, so first, so like unlocking costumes is literally like you gotta grind like a motherfucker. Now in the old games to unlock costumes, all you had to do, like this is cool. I would like to have this unlocked, but the way to unlock these costumes, you can't just play arcade mode and get it. You know, you can't just beat arcade mode. You beat arcade mode, and every other DOA you unlock one costume. You beat team arcade mode, like tag team mode or stuff like that, time trial. You could unlock costumes that way. You do get to like you can with this in-game currency you can actually buy different hairstyles, and so that's nice. But you can't, and then you can buy like glasses. And the good thing is if you buy glasses for one character, you pretty much have them for every character. But if you and this stuff, this is like the little custom mode or whatever. You don't have to worry about this. You actually, whenever you're in the character select menu, as long as you have something unlocked, you can make the costume you want on the fly in the versus mode. This is more for like your saved character if you want to use like a saved preset that's already made for you, which is a decent enough feature. But yeah, the fact that unlocking the costumes takes that long. So like I said, you can't just unlock costume by playing fight. But let's look at fight. We have versus, arcade, time attack, and survival. There's no team mode and there's no tag mode. Literally, so in Dead or Alive 5, a great way to grind out and unlock costumes is to do two characters at once. You can't do that in this one, which also sucks because that means there's no more 4-player, which has been a staple since like Dead or Alive 2 on the Dreamcast. Like having the tag mode is just a great extra amount of fun, and I have no earthly idea why it's been removed here. It just seems like it's another thing. Like this game has less. I can get over the fact that the game has less characters, and we can look at the characters again. Yes, the game has less characters from DOA 5, but DOA 5 also had 4 Virtual Fighter characters. It had it had DLC characters that we don't have to worry about the DLC characters right now. But and it also, the last round edition, like the version that came out later, that added more characters from Ninja Gaiden. So there had a bunch of Ninja Gaiden characters. And those Ninja Gaiden characters, including Neo Tengu, she's not a Ninja Gaiden character, she's like a bonus DLC character. These two are DLC in this game, but they both appear in the story mode. That's another thing that bothers me. They both appear in the actual story mode, but they're DLC right now. You have to pay like $5 for both of them. Like, at least if you buy the Digital Deluxe Edition, it comes with Phase 4, but Digital Deluxe Edition costs more than buying the game outright. So you have to buy these two separately. And that's really fucked up. That there's 2 DLC characters day one. 2 DLC characters day one. That's incredible. And look at the character roster. If you notice anything, it's pretty much just every character from 5, which is good. I'm glad they have every character, at least from Dead or Alive 5. But they have this new character, and then they have this other new character, Diego. And I gotta say, I do like both of them. I like them both design-wise and gameplay-wise. I have no problem with that stuff. Diego is kind of funny because he kind of reminds me of Travis Touchdown, especially like in costumes like this. Seriously, like if we just gave him sunglasses, he would probably look like, yeah. I mean, come on, I'm just gonna buy him. That's straight up Travis Touchdown. Like you don't even have to do anything. And then of course, so as you can see, it says I have like 200 out of 500 for unlocking costumes, and most deluxe costumes are just like really short, sporty clothes, but it's like the most like revealing outfits for every character. Wow, his costumes are just the jacket and then without the jacket. That's pathetic. They have no love for Diego. And then the new character Nico, that's like her bonus deluxe costume. I have that on simply because this isn't. I don't like this one. At least the pink one's kind of cool, but yeah, it's like, as you can see, like maybe I would like this one. Well, I have 0 out of 750. At least I have 200 for this one, even though I don't like it as much. But so can I like find a way? Can I like choose a way to unlock these over others? You really can't. What you have to actually do is you straight up have to play this DOA quest mode, and what happens is, first of all, yeah, you have Nico being annoying, but So as you can see, I've done like over 20 missions, and they all have 3 stars, meaning I've completed them. They're finished, and you get 300 for a pattern for beating that mission. It doesn't tell you what pattern you get it for, and if you get 300 for a pattern, it doesn't matter because most patterns are 500, 750, or 1,000. So it takes a while. It takes a while. I mean, I've been playing this game all morning, and like I've been playing for hours. Of course, I've also been playing the story mode, and I played a little bit of arcade mode too. The main problem with arcade mode is that if you beat an entire arcade run, even on... I beat one on Champ, and then I beat it again on True Fighter, because True Fighter wasn't unlocked till I beat Champ. When I beat it, I got like 5 parts for a close pattern. Only like 5 parts, when doing DOA quest gives you like 400 parts or 300 parts, and it gives you it like instantly. It gives you this shit instantly for doing this. But the thing is, this isn't fun. This is not fun. I don't want to keep grinding this out. But the only way to logically unlock costumes in this game is to grind out this fucking mode. It's bullshit. It's not fun. The story mode is not fun. Now, I want to talk about one other thing really quick. This game with the super meter bar has a new system. Like I said earlier, it has, if it's like half full, you can break out of a combo. It's kind of like a combo breaker. It also has a new attack called Break Blow, which that's like your full 100% power super attack. No matter what, this attack has a bow in her hair. If a character has like something in her hair, or a hat on, or sunglasses, or glasses of any type, it breaks it. So any character with like, it's cool, but this animation happens like almost literally every fight, and it's like, do we really need this in the game? Like, why do I need that over DOA 5? Where in DOA 5, if a character's wearing a hat or a hood, it will come off during battle just naturally. There's also like a clothes break system with some of the DLC costumes where the clothes will get like shredded to like shredded up, and it's like that will happen when it like hits electrified ground, or it'll happen when like you do a certain special attack that's like a big strong hit. Their clothes will get like get all destroyed, tattered. So I don't understand why they couldn't do something more like that. Now the weird thing is that when I first did it for the first time, it was against the character I did. I was using Hitomi, and her move is she punches you in the stomach, and a big hole came out around Kasumi's belly, and her belly was exposed. And I thought that was actually really, really cool because I punched her in her belly, and her bodysuit thing tore there. Like the punch hit that hard that it tore there, and I thought that was really damn cool. I didn't know why her ponytail came out, but then as I kept playing, I realized that not every character, but certain characters with certain costumes, their body, they'll get a tear right in their stomach, right in their gut, like right on their belly, and that happens every time. Even if in the animation someone gets hit in the face, there's a hole right there in their stomach. Why is it always a hole in their belly? You know how silly it looks when you're fighting Bayman and you punch him in his face, and then when he gets back up, there's just a hole in his belly button in his shirt, and only there? It makes no sense. With the cool thing is with characters like Diego is that at least when he gets hit, he doesn't get a hole in his shirt. All of his shirts get destroyed, so he becomes shirtless. If he's wearing a jacket, he still has the jacket. If he's not wearing the jacket, he's only wearing his shirt, he's just shirtless. That is really cool. That is something they could have experimented with. Like, what if with Kasumi, you could do the hole in her body, like in her shirt thing, all you want. But what if, for example, like maybe one of these other outfits, well, maybe these are like, I don't know. With female characters, there's only so much you can do with like tearing their clothes off before it becomes a little bit too ridiculous. So, but maybe there's an example with another character where like, what about like Lisa or Tina, for example? Like, what if with Tina, let's say like this outfit, like maybe like I don't know, maybe her jacket like flies off or something like that, or well, most of these outfits she's already wearing like too much of revealing stuff. Like maybe she still wears her shirt, but it's like torn in half or something. You know, you can convey battle damage without making it too like ridiculous with female characters. But you have to give them like, you know, you can't give them stuff like this. You have to give them actual costumes that can kind of work. Yeah, and I don't know, man. Most of these characters are just kind of like, why they need to have better costume. If instead of having like a special move that just always tears their shirt and their belly, why don't you just have it to where like their clothes become damaged naturally over time? Do something more like how Soulclimber does it, where there's a 3-tier system where, you know, you could break your headpiece, your body piece, or your leg piece, you know, something like that. It doesn't have to be to that extent where like characters just straight up fighting in their underwear, but it could just be like torn stuff, you know, like characters get like battle damage in those spots, you know, and maybe your break blow thing could be a big part of it. Maybe that could be a big part of how that happens. Um, I'm not sure if I'm even still streaming right now, so I think I'm going to. I don't think I have too much left to say. And if this video's messed up, I can just upload it from the PS4 anyway, in just like a cut form. So that's completely fine. But I guess all I want to say is that compared to Dead or Alive 5 and 4 and 3 and 2, this is one of the most lackluster ones. And, well, 5 had ridiculous DLC. It had amazing game features to back up that DLC. You know, it had so many characters that it was awesome they had so many costumes. To me, that didn't bother me. And it had a lot of really cool crossover costumes, too, that I'm really hoping we can see stuff like that in this one. But it is sad to see that they're not doing it right off the gate. Instead, they have a season pass that's like $90 day one. It's freaking ridiculous. Now, season passes in Dead or Alive 5 are also $90, but again, the game had enough content to warrant that. With this game, I'm having a really hard time unlocking costumes, and I have to keep grinding out on DOA quest mode. This game's basically just DOA quest the game, because the story mode doesn't unlock you a single damn thing. And playing arcade mode doesn't unlock you a single damn thing. All you can fucking do is play fucking DOA quest mode. It's not fucking fun. So, what's the fucking point? Like, seriously, what's the point of this game? I spent $80 on this game, buying the Digital Deluxe edition, and I have to give this game my lowest recommendation. I think it's probably like, I don't know, it's like a 5 or a 4. It's probably like a 4 out of 10 because it's serviceable, it works, but what's the fucking point? You can just play any of the past Dead or Alive games and they're much better. I mean, I'm serious. I don't know how much more DOA quests I could just fucking play like this. Like, I'm about to just drop this game and put it down. And it sucks because I do like some of the stuff they're doing here. I like Nico and I like some of the other stuff they're doing here, but what is the point of playing this mode, and why is this the only thing you can do to unlock stuff? And that's what I like about these games, is unlocking the content, and you know, like, so what's the point? You know, I just don't get it. But I don't know. I've heard the online is really laggy, and I played it and it was really laggy. So yeah, no, not much there. Maybe that could be fixed, but you know, sadly, like, there's really nothing you can do in this game. You know, fighting games nowadays they're doing these really bad stories that no one likes, and they're having like no content as far as like anything else in the game. Like Tekken 7 had no team attack, you know, mode, no nothing. Dead or Alive 6 now has no team attack, but it also has no tag battle. You know, Smash Ultimate has team battle now with the Squad Strike, and you know, you're gonna tell me Smash has it and not you know, not the fighting games that have always had it, like Tekken and Dead or Alive. Like, why don't these games have it? They should have it. I know. So, I don't know. And I really also want to point out one other thing. This game is still extremely sexual and embarrassing. While they're saying they want this game to be less embarrassing, like, look at this shit. Like, you know, like, like, these are like the costumes that I can put on because they're not the default costumes, because I bought the Digital Deluxe edition, and they're all just like skimpier versions of, you know, what I already had. So yeah, like, everyone's wearing like different skimpier costumes because I didn't want to wear the default costumes. I think the default costumes are boring, except for Lee Fang's is pretty good, but most people, I just put on the other one because, like, I like these ones more. And the thing is that this one in particular is pretty skimpy. And the thing is that's like, you know, this is a joke. This is a joke. I can't take this seriously. And that one I do think is actually cool, even though it's skimpy. But she's like a female wrestler, so that at least makes more sense to me. But you can't have characters like like Mary Rose and Hanukkah and put them so. The story is so based around Hanukkah, and she just acts like this generic anime airhead the entire game. She's so fucking stupid. I think she's so fucking annoying. I know why people like her. Okay, I know I see the two very obvious reasons why people like her, but it's just like Jesus Christ, she's so annoying. And when you center the story around her, even if you don't sexualize these two as much as you did in the past, or even if you put Kasumi in like this, this like what is this? It's like bodysuit. It's like more representation of. It's like real armor. Like a ninja might actually wear this. I guess I don't care what ninjas wear, but maybe they would actually wear that. It's like, it doesn't matter, because the game's not going to be taken seriously because you have these two fucking bozos in it, so it doesn't matter. So, even though Dead or Alive 5 had, like, this like, really silly, even though Dead or Alive 5 had, like, this silly, like, viewer mode, that was DLC, you had to, like, buy that mode, but at least it gave people who wanted that mode some bang for their buck. I've never even tried it, I've only looked at it at YouTube. But like, at least that gives some people some bang for their buck who want that mode, What does this game offer? This game, like, is still embarrassing, but doesn't go full balls to the wall. It's like, it wanted to have its cake and eat it too, and it didn't really deliver on any front. It just, where I just, yeah, it's really sad and pathetic. Like, it didn't even, it didn't do anything. It just sucks. It's a sucky game, and I don't think anyone's going to enjoy it, because when you basically turn your back on your fans, and the other people already didn't like it because of its reputation, and it's still an embarrassing Japanese kawaii game, then and it's full of ecchi stuff. Like, in the story mode, playing as Hanukkah, you see up her skirt constantly. It's like, embrace it or don't, just fucking either embrace it or don't. Like, don't just do this like half-ass version of it. And it just seems like this game is like the cheaper, more lackluster version of Dead or Alive 5. I don't know. I see literally zero reason why anyone should upgrade from 5 to 6. I see literally no reason. Now, I will grant 6 this. 5 has like 5 or 6 seasons of DLC. It was a PS3 game that got like a special edition that later got a last round edition that came out on PS4 and Xbox One. So I will give them that. I will give them that credit, that game has been around for years and years, has multiple seasons full of DLC, has crossover characters that came out even after the PS4 and Xbox One versions came out. It's a very kind of really big and ambitious game, and this game is just starting, getting its feet wet with the groundwork. But I don't think they're going to really update the game as far as game modes and stuff like that. I don't think they're going to do any of that shit. I think they're just going to focus on updating the game with characters and costumes. 5 at least had some stages. One of the stages was based off Attack on Titan, and I was really happy to buy it. The stuff like that I will totally buy. 5 also had a shit ton of amazing crossover costumes. Based off different animes and stuff that was popular, and different games even. We can do that stuff, okay? But what we can't... This, so far, right here, is just kind of lackluster and whatever. Now, there's a lot of crossover content with Samurai Kagura with Dead or Alive all the time. And it would be really, really sweet if we got some more Samurai Kagura crossover stuff. And honestly, I would love a Samurai Kagura character in the game. As of right now, there's no crossover character at all, and like I said, 5 had 4 Dead or Alive, or not Dead or Alive, 5 had 4 characters from Virtual Fighter and fucking, and then it eventually got 1 character from King of Fighters, So, had Mai, of all people, and she actually worked and fit in really well. It was actually really awesome. So to me, I'm 2 seconds away from uninstalling this and reinstalling Dead or Alive 5. That to me was a much more satisfying game. So we can wait and see how this game works for DLC wise. I cannot recommend anyone buy this game right now. I cannot recommend this game at all. I can only say see where it goes in the future, and buy it. Just pretend it's not out yet. When I bought this game yesterday, I bought it last night at like 11 p.m. because I didn't even know it came out March 1st. I didn't know, and so I bought it right there on the spot because I love Dead or Alive. I've always been a big fan, and 5 was a little crazy with DLC, but it pulled it off. Even when I first got the game, I was very, very satisfied with the game. I liked the new characters. Like, I really liked Mila. She was a new character from 5. Rig was a new character from 5 who was really fun too. And I liked what they did with the returning characters like Kokoro and with Elliot. Like, those guys coming back is awesome. And 5 last round added the Ninja Gaiden characters and all that stuff. And so, or no, not last round. It was like 5 Ultimate or whatever. The special version for 5 added the Ninja Gaiden characters and all that stuff. So, I mean, I was really, really satisfied. I was really happy with what I got. But this is kind of my expression right now. Like, I'm not into it at all. So, does he have a digital deluxe? Okay, good. Okay, that's just weird. But yeah, I'm going to put it on because it looks pretty cool. All of his costumes are mostly just colors. Oh no, these ones are badass. Jesus Christ, I want that. I want that. But see, if I wanted a costume in Dead or Alive 5, it would be fine. I would eventually get it. If you want, you got stuff for that character you wanted by playing as that character you wanted. Yeah. See what I mean, though? If you buy glasses for one character, you have them for every character. But either way. Yeah, so I mean, maybe in the future it'll be better, but as of right now, I'm giving Dead or Alive 6 super low score, 4 out of 10. It's barely serviceable, it works, but if I had to compare it to other fighting games this year, I would say Tekken's better, Soul Calibur's better, Injustice and Mortal Kombat are definitely better. Street Fighter 5's better, King of Fighters is better, Samurai Showdown looks pretty dope, that's going to be better than this. So, to me, and I would not normally say about Dead or Alive. Dead or Alive is a franchise I actually really like, and I know a lot of people in the fighting community mock it all the time, but I actually really enjoy this franchise. I actually think it's really fun. I don't consider it to be as hardcore as others, but I don't care because it's a lot of fun, it's cinematic, and it's cool. It's enjoyable, and I know a lot of people enjoy these games. They enjoy the sexual aspects of it, they enjoy the actual fast-paced gameplay of it. It doesn't matter, either way. People have a fun time. While you can still enjoy the sexual aspects of this game, even though it's really toned down, a lot of it is very questionable and silly, like the punching holes in people's shirts and all that stuff. And some of the other stuff is just, I think the gameplay really has been reduced. I think it was better in past games, and yeah, I don't think this is I just don't think this is as good as 5. I think this is just 5 again, but 5 was better and had more shit in it. But this one's the new one, so you have to kind of stick with the new one. And all we can do is pray to God that Travis Touchdown is actually DLC. No, I'm kidding. All we can do is pray to God that the game gets more support and ends up being really damn good and as good as VOA 5 was. So I'm gonna end it right there. Like I said, I don't even know if this review made it completely all the way up to. I don't know why the character in the background always changes. It's just focused on Helena right now, but that's fine. Helena's one of my more favorite characters. But we'll just let it go. So to everyone, I would say look into Dead or Alive 5 is on PS4 and it's probably cheap. You don't have to get this game, and I would wait for sure. You can just buy Devil May Cry 5 in a week or two. just play Devil May Cry 5. So I deeply regret spending my money on this game, and I hope people know to avoid this and wait for it to get cheaper, because boy, is it a disappointment. Alright guys, I'll see you guys on the next one.